Now I want to give you a visual comparison with some of the basic lifts for the rigid style of practice and the fluid style of practice. I'm going to use two basic lifts to illustrate these differences, the swing and the clean and jerk. And I want you to pay attention not only to the body mechanics and some of the differences that have been outlined in the article, I also want you to observe the pacing and the difference between what happens when I relax between each rep and regenerate as compared to the rigid style where we're going to have this continuous tension and this continuous effort throughout the whole movement. I'm going to start with the swing. The first example is going to be the rigid style of the swing. I want you to pay attention to the head to torso ratio, or the head angle versus the body. I want you to pay attention to the arm, and I want you to pay attention to the hips, particularly on the extension and the hyperextension. And I'll show you this from both the front as well as the side angle. Now going over the swing again, this time performed in a natural style, I want you to observe how I allow my head to stay neutral relative to the angle of the body, how I let my arm be relaxed so that the kettlebell stays more vertically aligned over the base rather than in front of me. And if possible, I want you to pick up on the difference in the breathing and the coordination of the breathing with the movement. And notice that the hips are not extending beyond the neutral position. So we're not going to be hyperextending, we're simply extending back to neutral again. Going to move into the clean and jerk comparison now. Keep in mind that, particularly with the classical and the basic kettlebell lifts, that the endurance and the strength endurance is the quality that we're really seeking above all other qualities. Not so much limit strength, but a combination of strength and sustained strength, so that we would call this strength endurance. So I want you in this comparison to observe the differences in the pacing. And keep in mind the concept of the tortoise and the hare. Okay, we want to be the tortoise. We want to have sustained, continuous effort so that we can extend it for a prolonged period of time. I'm going to start with the rigid style of clean and jerk. Good workout, but how long can you sustain that? Now reviewing the clean and jerk again, this time it's going to be done in a fluid style of practice and paying attention to the pacing and the fact that I allow my body to rest briefly between each rep and between each component of each rep.